Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to check out all my other videos um, and all the amazing work that I do on this channel. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing my Wealthsimple portfolio. As you guys might have noticed, I've been on. I haven't posted in a few weeks. And that's just because I've been quite a bit busy with life and work and everything else. But I'm excited to get back to doing this and to providing more amazing content on this channel. So let's go ahead and look at my Wealthsimple portfolio. As you can see, the current balance at the point I'm recording this video is 116,708.49. So let's take a look at my first home savings account. My first home savings account is currently standing at 8,069.35, and that is because it is the beginning of the month and they've decided to pull the dividends, which will be redistributed at some point this month. So I'm quite excited for that. Hmm. For some weird reason, this is okay. So that is basically it. As you can see, Purple's High Interest Savings ETF is currently sitting at 50.03. As this is the beginning of the month. Not too much has happened on this portfolio recently, um, but it's quickly trekking along. As you can see, it's saying that I'm down $1.69, but in reality, I'm not really down. That will all be redistributed back, as I always say. So that is my first home savings account. Now, my non-registered savings account is currently sitting at 24,327.95, which is the actual value of that account at the time of this video. So let's take a look at my cash ETF. My cash ETF in this account is currently oh, my cash account in this portfolio is currently sitting at 2,962.14. Again, I'm waiting for the redistribution, which will further contribute to the value of this portfolio. Yeah. So this particular account, as I always say, is geared towards building my vacation savings, and it still is geared towards that. Um, my CSAV is currently sitting at 4,642.20, which is currently geared towards like groceries, as I always say. Given how expensive groceries and all those other expenses I've gotten recently, I think it's very prudent to keep a well adjusted savings in place for that, um, and to continue to build on that as the months and years go on. So that is what that is. And now let's move on to my high interest savings account, which is currently offered, uh, currently sitting at 50.02. The value of that account is currently sitting at 7,125.59, which is geared towards my emergency savings. That's quickly growing, and I continue to work on adding additional funds to that portfolio and continuing to grow that on a monthly basis. So that is what that is currently sitting at. My PSA is currently sitting at 9,598.32. Again, this is my closing cost for buying a house. If you're new to my channel, you may not know that one of my goal and what basically my major goal is within the next couple of months, as I continue to look for housing, is to buy a condo, within my price range, and it's been quite challenging. Particularly if you're in Calgary, you may know that we're currently going through quite a massive uptick in cost of housing in this city, particularly recently. So that is making buying a house much more challenging for people like myself. But nonetheless, I'm keeping my finger crossed that something comes up that meets my expectations. When and if that does happen, this would be the closing cost and the moving cost and all the other lawyers' fees and all that stuff that comes along with that. So that is what that is meant to do. Um, that is that. So let's go on to my RRSP. My RRSP is currently sitting at 6,818.82. Um, yeah. Again, I haven't added anything to my FIE. iShare Canadian Financial Monthly Income ETF, currently sitting at 6.58. I currently still only have about 4 shares of that particular ETF, and as you can see, I'm down 0.77 cents on that particular buy. Now, my Medexus pharmaceutical ETF is currently quite down a bit from where I bought it from, and again, I'm quite optimistic about this. Even though I keep saying that it's a penny stock, you have to keep that in mind when if you're gonna buy this particular ETF or products. You have to keep in mind that this is quite a volatile stock. It goes up and down quite rapidly. At the moment, it's currently down quite a bit. But yeah, I'm quite optimistic that at some point it'll be where I want it to be. And I continue to add to it. As you can see, I currently have about 51,328 shares. So I'm down about 68.72 cents, which is not too bad. It's basically like just some just whatever I can use that I know I can lose is what I'm investing into this. I'm not investing significant chunk of my investment into it. As again, it's quite a very volatile asset. Um, but I continue to believe that at some point it'll do really well. VDY, Vanguard FTSE Canadian I Dividend Yield Index ETF. It's currently sitting at 41.17, which is quite down. It's been up a little bit, but it's down for me. I currently own about 52 shares of that particular ETF. I think at some point it's going to continue to do incredibly well. It continued to offer a really good dividend yield on a monthly basis, and I'm quite excited for that. And XEQT, my bread and butter, the bread and butter of my portfolio, as you can see, I currently own about 168.40, 168.4432. um, shares of this particular ETF, and I am up. I'm up 5.33% on that particular ETF. Again, this is quite a reliable ETF that anybody that's buying and trading ETFs should know that when you're trying to build an assets portfolio, you want to build a globally diversified ETF based portfolio, and this is what this allows me to do. It allows me to continue to invest in one asset that can continue to grow over time, and will continue to give me significant dividends as part of the returns as well. So um, I'm quite excited about what the future of this particular portfolio will be. And I guess one thing I always tend to miss is that when I look at the yield of this particular ETF, I often forget that I also do get dividends every quarter for this particular portfolio. Speaking of which, I should be getting some dividends for this particular ETF at some point this month, which also contributes to the overall return for this ETF. But yeah, that's overall what is in my RRSP account and how my RRSP account is currently doing. Now, let's go on to my tax free savings account. My tax free savings account is the one that I'm struggling with because I'm not sure whether or not I mentioned it in my previous video, but one of the major challenge that I'm currently facing right now is that my rent went up quite a significant amount. My rent went up about $400 in a month, is what I'm having to pay now. Um, which is quite challenging, and it's meant that I'm not able to save as much towards this particular portfolio as I was before. Um, but thankfully, coming January, I should also be getting $100 raise on a monthly basis at work, so which should help mitigate my investment and my savings towards this. Although it's not quite a lot, but it is something. We'll see what that looks like. But yeah, that is basically my portfolio, and the overall total again is 116,718.04 or oh 05 is the value of this portfolio at this time. Now let's look at what I've been buying and selling. Again, I haven't been buying too much or selling very much really. My CSAV fractional buy, which I just reinvested my dividend back into this particular portfolio. FIE, I got a dividend for that, which is around 16 cents. And this is the dividend that I got that I reinvested back into CSAV. HISA fractional buy. I currently That was in November. I bought about 48.92 HISA limit buy. Um, I bought about 451.08 cash fractional buy. Again, I bought about 49.89 cash limit buy. Again, cash fractional buy, cash limit buy, funds transfer. Oh yes, I transferred into my TFSA 115 instead of the usual 500 that I usually transfer. This is the amount I'm actually able to, the difference, what's left after, you know, everything else, I'm still able to thankfully contribute a little bit towards that. Um, Fund transfer in. Um, my non-registered account. This is the $600. $500 goes towards my emergency savings, and $100 goes towards my vacation savings. So that is how that one is split up. Madexus Pharmaceutical. I guess I bought more from Madexus Pharmaceutical in November. Cash fractional buy. I guess I bought for 44.44, which is quite a random buy actually. It's quite a random number. It's 44.44 amount of cash fractional buy and HISA fractional buy. As you can see, PSA fractional buy, cash fractional buy, cash limit buy, cash limit buy, PSA fractional buy. Oh, I guess I did cancel this one. And VDY, I bought. I received dividend for VDY in November. And overall, that's just what I've been buying and selling um, in my in my account, in my Wealthsimple account. If you have any questions about my portfolio, what I plan on doing with it, um, how I've continued to ensure that I'm staying consistent in terms of what I'm contributing to my portfolio, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Um, and again, I always encourage you guys that if you really like what I'm doing, it does really help my videos when you like, add a comment, and of course, most importantly, subscribe to the channel, because the more people that are subscribed to this channel, um, the wider my message and my videos can get. And as a small channel, that really does help me significantly. It helps get my message out. It helps educate people about the finance and the opportunities that are available to people when it comes to investing and maximizing returns for their investments. Um, Thank you so much for watching my video today, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye bye.